Hello, and welcome to Avo'S Journey. My name is Anthony Pica, and this show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. It is Sunday, May 15th. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about what happens, or what do you do? Well, let's do both. What happens and what do you do when you get a bad review? All right, here we go. So, if you've been doing voiceover for long enough, and you're especially on a platform, even if you're not on a platform, but if you're on a platform like Fiverr or Upwork, eventually you're going to get a bad review, okay? And it's always really frustrating, especially when you work super hard, you do everything you can do. There are times where a bad review can be warranted, like if we're late or something happens and there's a misunderstanding and, you know, even though it's not nice, it does happen. But a lot of times we get poor reviews because it's completely out of our control. And we have to, take a step back and assess, what it means to get a bad review. Okay, so let's just take a step back and look at those two things. So the first thing is, what happens when you get a bad review? Well, every platform is going to be different. All right, but for example, Fiverr has a rating system, and part of that rating system takes into account, how fast you respond, what are your ratings? Like, do you have a 5-star, 4-star, and it's averaged. Your delivery time, do you deliver on time, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? So they use that and they put that into an algorithm, and the people who get, the best ratings, reviews, delivery time, et cetera, get seen more. The algorithm pushes them up, basically. So if you do get a poor review, okay, that can affect that algorithm and your standing. However, it is an average. So the first thing to note is that don't freak out about getting a poor review or a bad review, something that's not 5 stars, okay? Because this can, this will be averaged out eventually. And if you have a bunch of voiceovers already done in reviews, you won't even notice it. You won't even move off of 5 stars if you've had 5 stars. If you're just beginning, okay, so if you're just beginning, that's going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about it in a second, but I want to keep my train of thought. All right, but if you're just, if you have some voiceovers under your belt, you get a poor review, and you drop down to like 4.9 or 4.8 for your average, it's okay. It averages out over time. You're going to get more reviews, and it will go up, okay? And as long as it's 4.7 and up, you're not really going to be affected that much. I know it doesn't look as nice as 5, but you're not going to be affected that much with people seeing you, okay? But I want to address the second part of this, and it's how you respond. How you respond to a negative review, a poor review, is so important, okay? Because when people are reading your reviews, and they read the reviews, right? It's how that's how we have credibility, and that's how we determine whether people have credibility. And they've done what we're hoping they're going to do. It's important to note that the way you respond is way more important than the review itself. Okay? I think we all accept that we're going to make mistakes and we're going to make errors. Okay? I mean, all of us accept that. All of us accept that, we could be late, or some crazy thing could happen, or we didn't quite understand, or, something messed up and, it wasn't exactly what the client expected. We can accept that as long as the seller, us, we respond kindly, okay? And we respond in a manner in which, we are still very happy that they came to work with us, and we look forward to working with them again, okay? Even though, it might not have been their greatest experience. It's very important to respond that way because people want to see how you respond Because how you respond will, in their mind, determine, well, what happens if, they'll be looking at your stuff and they'll be like, okay, well, what happens if something, is wrong with my order? How are they going? How am I gonna, how are they gonna react? Are they gonna be kind to me? Are they going to accept my feedback? Are they gonna be mean and blow up on me? Right? Are they gonna tell me, go screw yourself or something like that? Right? Like you've got to take a step back and think about, remember, people are reading these. And also, that person, they're frustrated or whatever, we want to make them feel better. Now, there are occasions where there are some just not very nice people. And you know what? That's the way the world works. It is what it is. But how we deal with them is completely up to us. And remember, in the end, just like I was saying, how you deal with them will also determine how other people view you. Okay? Again, we can accept, a mistake as long as the person who made the mistake is willing to either own up to it or be kind about it or understanding about it or, accept the criticism and move forward with optimism and hope. That's what we want to see. What we don't want to see, okay, is a seller, who got a poor review unloading on the buyer, right? And saying all these are, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. If you wanted this, you should have said that. And even though that might be actually true, right? Most of the times it is. But for our sake, it doesn't look good to potential buyers. It might make us feel good in the moment, but in the long run, it really affects our business. And like I said, the way people view us. Now, going back to the first thing I said about a new seller, if you are brand new, so this is something that I'm always very hesitant to recommend this to people, but I have occasionally, very rarely, but occasionally. If you are brand new, like literally just starting, and you don't even have a review, or you have maybe one or two, and you get a 1-star, 2-star review, it will be very, very, very difficult for you to pull yourself out of that. And I have recommended on occasion, only if you just started an account and you don't have, a lot of reviews, you have like 1 review or 2 reviews, and one of them is really, like a 1-star, you're going to really struggle bringing yourself out of that. It would be better for you to start a new account. Again, I delete that account, start again. I don't recommend you doing this if you have already built up a lot of reviews and you got a poor review, because that's taken you a lot of hard work. But in the case that you've just started and you get a poor review, it can be very, very hard to break out of that. All right, I've seen it. Because once you get, once you don't have an average of high enough and you get, you have a 1-star review or 1 star, and then everybody's seeing just 1 star because there's nothing else to average to, the algorithm, clients, it's going to be very difficult. So, if you're just starting, it might be a good idea to start over again from scratch. But everything else, remember, it will average out better, and remember to respond kindly. All right. Be hopeful and optimistic, excited to work with them again in the future. All right. And, you hope you get the chance. Respond that way, and you'll never have an issue with people, thinking that, you're a hothead. They're afraid to work with you. What happens if you do that to them? And you'll find that sometimes that actually ends up helping you get more business. Okay. Sometimes those, it's turning a bad situation into something really good. All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video today. I don't do Sunday videos too often, but I thought I should come on because Lord knows it's happened to me. It actually just happened to me myself. I got, a less than 5-star review. And, I thought just as a reminder to come on to a video to tell you, let it go. It's nothing personal. Just respond kindly and move on to the next one. All right, guys, thank you so much. You have a good one. Check out the link below for Avo'S Journey Elite Academy. We're still offering 50% off the first month, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye.